How's it going there, YouTube? This is old Watachi Running Free coming back at you with another one of these here moving pictures. And it recorded it too, you know. It's just amazing. Things they're coming up with now. Heck, we don't know what they're capable of if we can do stuff like this now, you know. But I had one of them mornings I just thought I'd tell everybody about, because it was just amazing how everything just fell into place. And if this doesn't prove to you there is a God, I don't think anything will teach you or show you that there's a God out there. But I don't know what it was this morning, but something woke me up. I was up, still dark out. I could see through the window that the sun was getting ready to get up too. So I was laying there all wide awake. Didn't feel like I was gonna go back to sleep or nothing, you know. So I figured I'd go ahead and get up, get my day going, and see what's in store for me today. Well, I tell you what, it didn't start off real good, because after I got up out of that bed, I'm walking in towards the kitchen area, and I tell you what, I had such a pain shooting up through my feet that it wasn't even funny. These doggone kids, I tell them all the time, when you're done playing with your toys, put them back in the boxes. I don't ask too much of them. We kind of let them do what they want. But you know, when you get up and it's dark in the middle of the morning, before the sun come up and you can see everything, these doggone kids leave their toys around, and here I am walking across that floor, and I step on a 5.56 here and a 9mm there, and it just about crippled an old man like me. You know, it just hurts. It hurt so bad I almost fell to my knees. And I don't know what had happened if I'd have fell down on my knees and caught one of them 5.56s in my kneecap, man. I already have daggone knee problems. But anyway, I went ahead and tripped and staggered over toward the daggone kitchen table, and I'm sitting there trying to figure out, you know, what am I going to do with myself today? I need to do something that's going to get something done. You know, we don't have a whole lot of time on the earth, and there's a lot of things that need to be taken care of. So I'm sitting there wondering if I should fire up the old steel, get me some old Watachi White Lightning going again. I'm getting low on that last batch I made, and it's probably getting pretty close to time to make up another batch. People in the holler here, they like that stuff, and they come around wanting it all the time. So I go ahead and I make some up every few months and kind of keep everybody tied over, and it's just about time. That'd be a good idea. But I was looking in my freezers last night, and doggone freezers are getting low. I need to get some meat back in them, you know, so maybe I ought to do some fishing. Get some fishing done today, you know. Either way, it really wouldn't matter. So I figure I'm going to sit here and think real hard on it and figure out which one I want to do. So I'm looking there, and I pull out my bag of Redbud. Now that's the old stuff that I harvested last winter, right before last winter, out of my garden out there. And I still got quite a bit of it left. It sure put out a lot last year, but I'm going to go ahead and I figure I'm going to roll me up an old red of some of that Redbud and walk out on the porch and watch the old sun come up over the lake. You know, sit there and think about what I'm going to do today. So I goes out after I rolled me up a rut. It was a big rut, too. I was wanting to get my feet to stop hurting. So I rolls me up a rut, and I walk out on the porch. I'm just sitting there, and just watching that sun. It's so beautiful coming up over the water like that. It just, you don't get to see that much anymore with all that stuff they're spraying over our heads. But I was just sitting there wondering and thinking and wondering. And all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, it was like God woke me up. He kind of twisted my head around. I saw out of the corner of my eye, there's all these big old mule deers. They're down right there at the edge of the water. By God, I know where they're heading. Because it was me that put out the old salt lick and the bags of corn over there. They come right across that lake. They swim across there. And they come up on the other side over here about 50 yards from my house. And they eat on that corn and lick on them old salt licks. Which, you know, I learned that from my old grandfather. He taught me how to do that. But as I'm sitting there, you know, I got to thinking, well, I guess it's time to do some fishing. If it's just going to be in front of me like that, it's fishing day. So I goes in the house and, oh, yeah, I was wanting to let y'all know. Me and the buddies, my old buddies there, we got that doggone house up and got them wheels out from under it here a couple of weeks ago. So now when them old critters jump out of the tree and they land on the roof, they don't shake the whole doggone house anymore. And that's what I figured was waking me up, but then I forgot we done took the wheels off of it, and it don't shake no more. So it must have been God that woke me up. But anyway, I go in and I get my old fishing gear together. And I'm waiting for them deer to get out toward the middle of that doggone lake there. And so I started heading down the old John boat I got leaning up betwixt the trees down there, keeping the rain out of it. And I go down there and I get my John boat flipped over and get it in the water and get my oars in the boat and get my fishing gear in there, you know. And I start paddling on out. Don't get out there. Don't get me one of them deers. Now, fishing don't come along like this all the time, but by God, when it does, you got to jump on it, you know. So I head out and I paddle on out there, and thank God that he made us a little bit smarter than them animals, because by God, if he didn't make us a little bit smarter, I don't know how we'd even feed our families, you know. That's something I'm glad I don't have to worry about. But as far as I can see, he sent them old mule deers right across that lake just for me to fill my freezer with. So I'm going to go out there and fish me one of them out of that lake. That's for sure. So I start paddling towards them, you know, and some of them doggone things, they can swim a lot faster than I can paddle that boat. So they start going out and around me. So I start looking, and there's always one of them. He's probably a little older than the rest of them. He can't swim near as fast. So I paddle up to him. I get out my fishing rope, and I lasso that thing up real good, get it around his neck. Then I start trying to paddle down and get paddling down the lake. Got to wear him out so he'd drown, you know. I can't just take him and walk him back up the house, so Mama won't clean him if he's still alive. So I get trying to start paddling. And, after about 15, 20 minutes, the doggone deer get tired, you know, they get tired. So then I can start moving the boat forward. He's been pulling me backwards for about an 1/8 mile down the lake, and now I'm gonna have to drag him all the way back up there toward the house. So I finally got him more out, and he couldn't swim no more. He kind of went under, and I had to tie the rope off the side of the boat so that he couldn't get away, or so he wouldn't sink to the bottom. So I go ahead and do that, and I paddle him all the way back to the house. I get him up on the bank, and I have to go up, tell Mama to come on down and help me drag him on up to the bank, or up to the house anyway. It's about 50 yards. I couldn't haul that thing all by myself. So I get Mama to come on down there, and I help her put up the old tackle. We drag that thing up, and I get him all gutted and ready to go, so Mama can come out there and doggone skin him and cut up the meat and everything. And so that right there just kind of shows you, you know, God knew my doggone freezer's getting low. He knew that I had to get some more meat in there. At least till, you know, once that doggone winter thaws over, and them mule deer don't come down as far, and then I have to go up there looking for them. It's gonna be one of them last easy fishing trips before summer kicks in. So if that ain't enough right there to prove to you God exists, then I don't know what is. And so all you guys need to really think about that, and maybe start reading that Bible again. I know lots of you done laid that book down, been reading some other books. I don't know what they'd be, but you need to pick up that Bible and get back to reading it. And maybe God will do some of them things for your family too, you know. Give you one of them good fishing trips or something like that, you know. May God bless us all, because we're going to need it.